You both said today that you love each other, and I believe it, but I'm trying to tell you, love is not enough for a successful marriage. There's so many other things that go in it. It's not just about you anymore.
Here is today's case.
You said that your wife is a manipulator, pathological liar, and a cheater, and you don't think the marriage can be saved.
When he shuts down, Your Honor, it is cold-heartedness, it is no talking, no communication, no touching, no kissing, and I'm left to do everything on my own.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, this is the case of Collins versus Collins.
Thank you, Juan. Michael Collins?
Yes, ma'am.
You have brought your wife, Terra Collins,
Yes, Your
to
Honor.
court today. You say that the two of you have been married for 3 years.
Yes, Your
But
Honor.
you believe it's now time for you to go your separate ways.
Yes.
Give me some background on how you met and started dating.
We started dating and talking a lot on the phone, and it was good, sounded good, you know. Like what I heard, and we just continued to talk. And
Is this your first marriage?
yes, my first marriage.
And what about you, ma'am?
No, this is not my first marriage. This is number 3 for me.
Okay.
She was living in Texas at the time. You know, so she came up and visited. I went out there to visit and got to talking about a lot of stuff and connecting on a lot of different things. And got to talking about marriage. I'm like, I ain't really ready for marriage, but I would like to get married, you know. And
So, Mr. Collins, the two of you have actually been together for 8 years, married for 3. Why were you not so sure about getting married after 5 years?
trying to get to know the characters.
The characters, because you
Yes.
say there were multiple.
Characters, yes.
So, after 5 years, how many characters did you come to know?
Too many.
So, because you told me in your papers here before the court, you said that your wife is a manipulator, pathological liar, and a cheater, and you don't think the marriage can be saved.
Right.
Give me some background, ma'am.
Well,
Are you a manipulator and pathological liar?
Quite the contrary. I have been everything that we presented from the beginning. Being married, yeah, he can make them faces, but being married to him, it has not been easy, to say the least. So if I tell you, I'm faithful. I know I've made some bad decisions, but nobody's perfect.
Well, not that one time in 2018, according to your papers.
Correct. That's what I'm referring to. I'm not a manipulator. I'm not a habitual liar. I am not any of that. I'm a faithful, loving wife who have made an unfaithful mistake. I get that.
Okay.
It didn't come out of the blue sky. He's not always been faithful. He's not always been honest. He's not always been everything that he asked me to be. And even in the midst of it all, I still say, I'ma still remain faithful. I'ma still remain honest. I'ma still remain true, trying to build a family, trying to build an empire, trying to do these things with him. But he likes to shut down. When he shuts down, Your Honor, it is cold-heartedness, it is no talking, no communication, no touching, no kissing, and I'm left to do everything on my own.
Well, you say, sir, that your wife has convenient memory loss when it comes to her indiscretions.
Or should I say that when she get caught up in her game, when she get caught up in a lie, when she get up in her unfaithful acts, should I say that?
What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Well, she say that she's faithful, and she say these other things. She's not a habitual liar, she's not this, but goes to her phone, seeing text messages, inappropriate text messages with her and another guy. And not just with her and another guy, but numerous guys, inappropriate conversation, sexting, videos, pictures, all of it. So I'm like, hey baby, we need to talk. What's up with these videos and text messages I see on your phone? Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing. What you talking about? Show me. Let me see your phone. I goes in there, it's deleted. So now I'm made to look like I'm lying or playing crazy. I know what I read, I know what I saw. Not the first time, not the second time, not the third time, just continuously going on.
Well, so she said it was one time in 2018. So you're saying that's not true. It's been in the past year?
Years.
No.
Years.
Not at all, Your Honor.
Tell me about the hotels.
Have a little money situations. Have money in the checking, have money in the savings, you know, looking good. You know, so she wanted to come and pretty much and check me because she wanted to go get the bank statement, want to run down what I'm spending, where my money going to. You know, like I told her, bills, mortgage, and she tried to check me on it. Where's hers at? I don't see hers. You know, get her little statement in the mail. Hotels here, hotels here.
How many hotels do you say that you saw on her statements?
7.
7 different hotels at different times?
Yeah, you know, I understand they know kids, they play basketball, they go in there, but some of these schools, no, some of them wasn't no games. That's how I took it, but.
7 hotels over what period of time, sir?
I've been busy then.
I would say at least over the past 2 years.
Okay, do you travel for work, ma'am?
I do not travel for work, Your Honor.
What were the 7 different hotel rooms for?
The only hotels that I have traveled amongst are the hotels to travel out of town with my mother or with family for issues. I'm always consumed with family, work, home.
I understand that. So, but Mr. Collins, according to his papers, he's saying that the 7 hotel rooms that he observed were for trips that he knew nothing about. He knew about the trips where you were going to visit your children. He said that. Mm-hmm. I read everything.
Yep.
But he said there were 7 hotels where he did not know anything about those trips.
And what I'm saying, Your Honor, is those trips that he know about, that I don't know about, never happened. There is a severe breakdown when it comes to our communication and the things that have taken place. And that is what's really frustrating for me, because a lot of things that I'm being accused of have not happened. Mm-hmm. I will admit to everything that I have done. I'm a very honest and transparent person. Now and I'm being very honest, when the things that I spoke about in 2018 that started, I'm very transparent about it now. I was not transparent about it then because at the moment I was being put on a back burner for something else, for someone else.
Did he find out about the affair or did you tell him?
No, he asked me and I denied it.
When did your honesty and transparency start?
Recently.
How recent? Like today?
2020.
So he just found out about the affair this year?
No, he knew about it from the time it probably started.
But and
I wasn't gonna tell him that it was happening.
So
because he put another woman before me.
Was he having an affair? Is that what you're saying?
He denies it, but I say yes.
This woman, she didn't clown me, embarrass me in front of her family, in front of her friends, embarrass me in front of my neighbors.
Why?
Because she think I'm cheating and I wasn't doing nothing. Because she doing wrong, because she cheating.
It was a guilty conscience, you're saying?
Guilty conscience, beating me up, tearing me down, all that. When I started suspecting that cheating was going on, this woman followed me, come to my job to make sure I'm at work. I'm rolling on the highway, see her back there dipping behind me. I'm like, what is, yeah. This woman, she didn't clown me, embarrass me in front of her family, in front of her friends, embarrass me in front of my neighbors.
Why?
Because she think I'm cheating and I wasn't doing nothing. Because she doing wrong, because she cheating.
It was a guilty conscience, you're saying?
Guilty conscience, beating me up. Tearing me down, all that.
Were you following him and tracking him during that time period?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so with that level of tracking, wouldn't you know if something was going on?
So there's deceit here, Your Honor.
No, but I'm asking you, with that level of tracking,
plenty of.
What did you find?
Text messages of him speaking with his friend, flirting back and forth, meeting up. Hey, baby, how you doing? You in the shower? I wish I could be there with you.
You were
where we
those
meeting
things?
up? There's been other females that he's been caught in pictures.
Those text messages that she's talking about, those text messages was years ago. Those text messages was way before her.
You said that you went through her phone, you found the messages, you talked to her about them. She said that she had PTSD and didn't remember anything.
Yeah, she would tell me like, some stuff she can't remember or some stuff she don't have no recollection of it. Or not only that, Your Honor, she would sit there, we'd be, drinking, talking, opening up to each other, having a good time. You know what I'm saying? It's like, she would tell me, or she would try to tell me some of the things that she done, but when my face expression changed up, she would change up. Or she would just play crazy to what we were talking about. Oh, now you don't know. Or now I'm making these things up.
You said that you saw messages with her, between her and another man and he said someone wrote to her and said that his light and cell phone bill were about to be cut off and he needed $1,800. She responded, "Don't worry, baby, I got you."
That's what I read.
You saw that?
I saw it.
Is that what you wrote?
Who do I have $1,800 to send?
I have no, I'm asking you.
I don't.
So you never had a conversation with anyone about sending them money and saying, don't worry, baby, I got you?
Never.
That's completely made up and fabricated as well.
Never have I.
Did you ever tell Mr. Collins that you were suffering from PTSD and could not remember some of your conversations?
And yes, and please let me explain it, please, because I need somebody to understand where I'm coming from. When you have tried to express somebody the truth, and they just flat out brush you off and tell you what you know, when they know it better than you, I don't want to argue all day. I want to have some understanding, but without understanding, there's always accusations and there's always something that I have to defend myself for something that never happened.
Well, the
So the answer for me to say is, okay, babe, look, maybe if for some reason I have just forgotten it, then maybe, and I know I put my foot in my mouth a lot of times with him, but it's not to say that I'm guilty of anything, but it comes off as if I'm guilty of something, but really I'm just saying, I don't want to argue is my stance. Like, well, I mean, I can't tell you what you read. If you read that for yourself, then so be it. But I'm telling you right now, with everything in me, I'm telling you the truth. I've never sent money. I didn't write, I mean, I know I've done some foul stuff, so I can't tell you, what was said in there, but I would tell you what I know I said.
But
like,
okay, so
he feels like I have to.
You're saying that you could have relayed some information in some messages, but to stop the arguments, you just say you don't remember everything. Because my concern is this. You were saying all of these things throughout the time that you were actually having an affair. Because
That's
you didn't,
not true.
You didn't say,
That's
you
so
didn't,
not true.
I'm having a hard time believing you.
Because I have not had a chance to express.
No, because you don't answer the questions that I ask you.
And this is what he says to me too,
These are easy questions. These are easy questions if you're telling the truth. Have you been able to forgive and pretend to forget so you can move forward and have a relationship with someone you can trust?
It's just hard for me to move past it and to let it go when I'm still seeing the past behaviors.
If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms, and for exclusive content, go to Apple TV. When did you find out that she was having the affair?
When I saw the sexting and the sex text messages and the video.
When was that, sir?
I started seeing some text messages in the beginning of the marriage, but the nitty gritty of it all, just the end of last year.
Because I'm just trying to get some understanding, because the two of you have a lot of history in the last 8 years, but the marriage itself, the last 3 years, it's been a lot of accusations between the two of you, but very little taking responsibility, because you want to give yourself credit for taking responsibility is something that happened in 2018, but the fact is you hid it and you denied it for a long time. You, on the other hand, you had a female friend you were engaging in. I don't know whether or not that was an affair. I don't know what was going on there. You deny it. You say it's not true. I don't have enough evidence to say that it was. I know what I have that you have admitted to doing. Mm-hmm. And that leads us to why we are here today. So the real question is, if the two of you have come to terms with the infidelity, the alleged infidelity and the actual infidelity in the marriage, to be able to get past it and move forward. Have you come to terms with that, sir? Have you been able to forgive and pretend to forget so you can move forward and have a relationship with someone you can trust?
It's just hard for me to move past it and to let it go when I'm still seeing the past behaviors. When I'm still seeing the same past behaviors, how can I let it go? If I'm still seeing this little sneaky stuff, when I walk in the room, you want to throw your phone under the pillow. When I come in the room, you want to turn your phone down. When I'm right there, you won't answer. When I'm right there, you want to read the text. But soon I leave out the room, you all on it. Or you got to go to the bathroom and check your messages.
So in your mind, sir, you are not able to get past what's happened because you don't actually believe the past is the past. You believe nothing's changed.
Everything is a lie.
Ms. Collins, what is your response to that, ma'am?
Everything is not a lie. I respect his decision. I know even though I didn't have sex with someone, I still did cheat. However, I will accept all of that. He is entitled to feel how he feels for all that he did. But all that I have ever asked of him, and for me, to answer your question, I still want the marriage. I still want to move on. I want him to be able to trust me and to be able to build a foundation on something better than what we have right now. I know I made a few mistakes along the way, but I've not been the only one doing those mistakes, whether assumed or non-assumed. They have happened. And the hurt that I have endured from what he has, for what was my cause, out of no matter how many years we've been together, I've been fighting to be heard and be loved and understood and heard by a man that said that he would do exactly he's doing the opposite of what I was told he would give me.
Both of you are people who have difficulties in representing the truth around the difficulties in your marriage, whether that's honestly or unintentionally. You minimize the impact of your own actions and maximize the impact of the other person's actions because you are not able to see eye to eye.
Never had.
And every time I've asked either one of you a question, it's like a tennis match because you deflect your reasoning over to the other person and say that they are a big part of the problem. The hurt and the harm is still the same because what is it? It's a breakdown of trust. And that's what happened. Neither one of you trust each other. And people come in here all the time and it's, I know you say you want the marriage to work. You say you love him. What he's saying is the only love for him that matters are your actions. And he doesn't see the change in actions. He doesn't see the change in behavior. That is his truth that he's speaking. And what's happening is the problematic cycle of behavior is repeating itself year after year because it's been 7, 8 years. And you got married after 5, and it appears that the two of you had a lot of problems before you got married, and you thought that getting married somehow was going to stabilize the foundation in this relationship, and it did not happen. Mm-hmm. The two of you have said a lot of hurtful things to each other, and sometimes, Ms. Collins, it's too much hurt, and it's too much history for people to get over.
Mm-hmm. Understood.
As much as you want to work, it takes 2 people to do the work that it would take for this marriage to be saved. And it cannot be a tenuous decision by him based on your history. He would have to be all in and 100% committed to working, to moving past it. But he's not, because he said the trust is gone and it's broken. And I have to tell you, Mr. Collins, in court today, I've just watched his demeanor, his facial expressions. He hasn't believed a word you've said.
Never has.
Well,
I
don't know about never because I haven't been around for 8 years, but certainly not today.
Yep.
Going forward in the future, my hope is the experiences that the two of you have had in this relationship, because it's not happy marriages are built on really great friendships, deep friendships that are full of love and trust and loyalty and honesty and integrity. You have a lot of thinking to do, sir, but I've heard you today, and based on what I've heard, Ms. Collins, he's given you his answer. He's not ready to move forward with this marriage. Mm-hmm. Good luck to both of you.
I know I made some mistakes along the way, but that's not been a continuous thing from beginning to end. My heart and my love for this man is genuine and it's true, and I can only honor that by doing what's right. But if he doesn't trust because of the hurt and the pains, I have to respect that, whether I like it or not.
Just being honest, trust. I mean, that's just my biggest issue. Try to play everything down like it can't work like that.